Hello again, everybody. Firstly, sorry for the delay in making the next video. I know I've been nearly a month since I made the last video, but my PC went wrong and I had to get a new version of Windows, and that was on a new hard drive, and it lost a load of my files. Well, it didn't lose them, but the references across to them weren't working anymore. And then it lost my video editing software, so I've got to try new video editing software, and I kept putting it off and putting it off because I didn't want to face that learning curve. Anyway, all of that. Now, this video here today is basically an experimental video to see if I've got everything right. Second thing is, thank you very much for all the subscribers. I can see that the channel has gone over 1K, which is an achievement. I never thought that would happen when I very first started this channel 2 years ago. For those that are regular members to my channel, you will know that the subscribers really doesn't bother me. I'm not in this to try and have a big channel and to be somebody on YouTube or whatever. I just started making these videos to make this tutorial, to make this guide to help people who want to start keeping ants, particularly Lasius niger and particularly in the UK. As I've said before, when I first started, I went to YouTube and I searched Lasius niger Care Guide and Lasius niger, and I got all the way to the bottom of the list. I watched every single video that was suggested to me. And if I had a pound for every time I heard Lasius niger workers are between 3 and 5 millimeters long, and the queens are between 8 and 9 millimeters long. And I kept thinking, this doesn't answer my questions. This doesn't tell me what I want to know. Why is there nothing out there? Which was why I made the series of videos that I made for anyone who comes along behind me. Hopefully they will be able to pick up all the information that I really wanted to know when I started. And then the second thing I do, as well as trying to make the tutorial videos, is try to sing the praises of Lasius niger. I've seen comments on forums and Reddits and stuff like that, where even on my channel I've had comments where people have said things like, I don't know why people bother to keep Lasius niger, what's the point? You know, they're a boring, inverted commas, ant. Um, and as I keep saying to people on this channel, if your objective is to watch ant behaviour, to see them getting up to things, to see them building ramps and dragging things back to the nest and going out and hunting, finding the sugar and climbing up and down strings and running over the twigs in your outworld and living in the water towers and all the stuff they do. If you want a species that is always up to something and always doing things, and you can observe them changing their environment and moving things around, then Lasius niger are an absolutely perfect species. I mean, I could be derogatory about, I don't know, harvester species, for example, like Mesa. They can't lay pheromone trails because they don't need to. Their food source, seeds blown around by the wind, by the time you've laid a pheromone trail back to the nest to say, hey, I've found some seeds, they've blown off in the wind, and there was no point those new workers coming to that location. So because of what they eat and the way they gather that food, they don't need the ability to recruit other workers and to lay pheromone trails. So in my opinion, and this is just my personal opinion, gatherer ants like that, boring species. I mean, they might look pretty, and I know that some people want to keep ants because of the prettiness of the actual species, the nice colours, the large workers, whatever. But if the reason that you want to keep ants is to watch a colony and watch what it's getting up to, then Lasius niger are one of the best species there are. Always active, very brave. Don't get worried if you shine lights on them, observe them. Aren't too upset by the odd minor vibration. I move my whole setup around on the desk, rotate it, look at it and everything like that. So yeah, that's always been the goal of the channel. So that's why I started the channel, for those two reasons. And I think it succeeded in the objectives that I set out for it at the start. And as I said, those are the people that I want to attract to the channel, people who want to learn about these things. I'm not looking really for that wider audience. I've seen that when ant channels reach a certain size, when they start to get into the tens or hundreds of thousands of subscribers, the types of viewers that you get are people who don't keep ants and aren't really interested in ants, and they're just watching the channel for the sensational entertainment factor, and that's not my target audience, and I can't be bothered with that. So anyway, that's why I've never done the click the subscribe button, please click the like button. I never bothered with intros. I've never bothered with sort of advertising myself on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, because I'm just not, that's not what this is about. However, having said all of that, some of the comments that I've had, particularly this year, I presume I've had some new subscribers that have found the channel this year because they've caught a Lasius niger queen and they found my channel as one of the best sources of information. I've had some absolutely wonderful comments that have been saying thank you for all this information. Your videos have been great. I've learned so much. You've really shown me what I need to do, and that's what makes me happy. It's not the subscriber number, it's not going over 1k that makes me happy. It's those comments that say that people are getting use out of these videos, and it's they're being successful in raising colonies of their own. And I think, oh, that's nice, and I hope their colonies are doing well, and I hope they get a nice big colony in a few years' time and they can watch what ants get up to. Anyway, I've rambled enough here for the 1k video, but thank you very much, everybody. While I've been talking, you've been watching just pictures of the test tube colony, the one that I made the video on, showing her 47, 48 days of development. As you can see, they're still doing well. She's got a lot more workers now, and they're still growing. They've still got pupa and everything. And I've been mixing that in with other videos of the 2 Queen Lasius flavus colony, which, as you can see, is doing extremely well, and a few shots of the main colony. But anyway, like I said, the main purpose of today, as well as to thank everybody for the 1k subscribers, was to have, or to make, a video using new software and just to see if it works and it's as good a quality and everything. So I haven't really got anything to say today, but I wanted to make this anyway. But I'll try and make a video soon, probably on them slowing down, because my main colony has gone really slow now. But they did go back to making pupa for a little period. I said in an earlier video they'd stopped when it was cold in July, and in early August they'd actually stopped producing pupa. But when we had the hot weather, they went back to producing some pupa. They weren't going full pelt, but I think the weather sort of tipped them and made them think, oh, we better produce a little bit of pupa. But again, that is tailing off now, and I can see they're back full on, oh, hang on a minute, it's getting a bit chilly in here, and they're starting to think about packing up for the winter again. But probably one more week here in the front room, and then I'll move them into the back room, which isn't heated, give them October in that unheated room, and then they'll go in the fridge at the start of November. But yeah, I'll show some progress reports on that if all of this works. Anyway, sorry, I've rambled on for far too long. Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you for all the subscriptions. Goodbye.